Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry, a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, it's been a while, but I've had some requests to check out the channel Blue Jay again. And the topic of this video sounds really interesting. It is called Wacky War Tactics in a Nutshell. A war is all about getting an advantage any way possible. So I hope to learn a lot from this. I'm going to give you my takes as well. All right, the original video is down below. Blue Jay is doing awesome work here on YouTube. And if you're into history, you should be subbing to them. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, I'd love to have you around too and see you in some future videos. All right, let's get started. I like the Blue Jay with his pipe and his cool hat. Let's see what we got.
When it comes to expressing one's creativity, people often pursue activities like drawing or writing, or a lackluster combination of the two. But those of us with a more chaotic alignment express
Wait, did he really have...
writing, or a lackluster combination.
Wait, is that all he had at the time of this video a year ago? Because he has like 470,000 now.
Of the two. But those of us with a more chaotic alignment express ourselves in other ways. Jimmy, why don't you draw me your favorite thing you did this summer? By catapulting corpses into the besieged city walls, not only would we be disposing of our dead, but we'd be spreading fear and disease amongst the enemy's ranks at the same time.
That kid's messed up.
Two birds with one stone, mother! You need to stop spending time with the neighbor boy, as Dieter F. Uchtdorf.
Yeah, and that kid is on, that kid is playing too much Hearts of Iron or something like that.
Once said, the desire to create is one of the deepest yearnings of the human soul. And so is murder, so while humans have been battling for thousands of years, it's only natural that we've also sought more unique ways of getting those dubs. So today, we're going to explore some of my favorite military tactics used in history.
Alright, this should be fun to teach in class. I warn you, uploading would be scarce. Thanks for
The SMS Cap Trafalgar was a German civilian ocean liner that was repurposed into a warship for World War I. Converting ocean liners to troop transport or medical ships was common, but fitting them for war was kind of like giving
the war came upon, quickly, and it's about getting resources, right? And in a war that really became about big mechanized navies, you had to do whatever you could to have something that can get on the water.
A gun. Sure, a child soldier can produce the same stopping power as your average GI, but let's just say Rambo would have been a much shorter movie if he was mowing down toddlers instead of Burmese soldiers. The Cap Trafalgar was tasked with taking on British merchant ships off the coast of South America, and to do this, they came up with a unique strategy. Using some newspaper pictures they found, they disguised their ship as the British ocean liner, the RMS Carmania, and
you just put a
pictures they found. They disguised their ship
as the British
ocean liner, the RMS Carmania.
Just put a bowler cap. You don't even need the Union Jack or anything. You don't need a flag. You just need the bowler cap.
Yeah, and used the ruse to sneak up on merchant vessels. The newly disguised Cap Trafalgar set off on its first voyage, feeling a little cheeky, and soon encountered its first victim.
Well, this is awkward.
Dialing the clock back a few hundred years, we have the probably fictitious, but I'm still going to include it because fuck it story of the town of Rothenburg ob der Tauber in Germany. During the 30 Years' War, the Catholic Army wanted to destroy the town because they resisted the church.
We have come in the name of God.
30 Years' War, religious war, horrible war. That is very much a response to the Protestant Reformation going on from the 1500s and the division of, Protestants from Catholics, and then the political alliances that like the, Holy Roman Empire and how they had before been built upon their unity with Catholicism. And then that was breaking apart. Horrible, deadly war.
You are now saved.
The town council attempted to change the Count of Tilly's mind with a gift of local wine, 3 1/4 liters worth. The count declared that if anyone could drink the lot of it in one sitting, he would spare the town. So the councilman gave it to their mayor, who proceeded to abuse his liver more than an Olympic gymnastics team. By God, you've done it! You've saved the town! I did what now? As we have all learned from the renowned American philosopher Bob the Builder, having the right tools can fix any problem. Leaky faucet? Have a wrench handy. Clogged toilet? Use a plunger. Will to live?
I'm more of a handy-manny guy myself, but it's all right.
And of course, nothing quite solves the problem of pesky British shipping like a German U-boat. These tin cans of death were responsible for the sinking of 10 million tons of shipping over the course of World War I.
I didn't know
the
that
most
stat.
successful commanders holding records to this day. But the British...
they were devastating. They were unlike anything else that had ever existed in naval history. They're created by the Germans to combat the strength of the British Navy, which is, on top of water. And what again was a large part for the United States joining World War One was submarine warfare, attacking of merchant ships and things like that, and Lusitania. So yeah, huge impact.
British were like, we're also Eastern, and decided to come up with a plan to counter these sneaky little buggers. And boy, did they have some ideas. Okay, welcome team. As you all know, you have been gathered here today due to your outstanding military expertise to address the pressing issue of German U-boat operation throughout the open blue.
Okay.
These Kraut underwater vehicles have been terrorizing our supply lines for too long,
Yep.
and the Crown will have none of it. Now,
It was the big thing that the Germans were trying to be able to do is isolate Britain from everyone else, isolate Britain from their empire. They're an island, right? So circle their their islands with these ships and don't let anything come in.
gentlemen, let's hear some of your ideas, and remember, there are no stupid answers.
Here comes
How
dumb
about
answer.
we have men go out on boats, and when they see a periscope, one throws a bag over it while the other hammers it as hard as they can? I say we send Britain's
Nice.
finest swimmers with sharp hammers to whale away at the U-boats and send them to
Good,
the depths.
good,
Why don't we
good.
use our birds and sea lions? More specifically, train them to chase periscopes and identify U-boats. Shit on
That's why it was called Operation Sea Lion in World War II.
the periscopes. Train seagulls to shit on the periscopes and force them to surface. Let's just fucking paint the ocean. Just all of it. So when the periscope comes up, it's blinded by the paint.
All of them,
I
brilliant.
stand corrected. You may think I'm joking, but they actually went through with some of these plans.
Yes. Hold on.
I stand corrected. You may think I'm joking, but they actually went through with some of these plans.
Okay, hold on. Let's look. Sea lions, grease paint, and the U-boat threat. Admiralty scientists started the music hall, 1960. Okay, so we had a sea lion thing. Next up, there was a suggestion to simply put a type of paint in the water with the hopes that it would get on the periscope lens, blinding the operator. Good luck with that. We drop it from planes. World War I anti-submarine warfare with seagulls, sacks, and hammers. And then seagulls were trained to defecate on German U-boat periscopes. I love it.
Radios were well developed by the time World War II came around, but Germans had the annoying habit of listening into Allied transmissions. Hey, can you
They
guys
do that
like
to everybody.
stop
Did that
listening
back
into our
then.
transmissions?
It was so hard to encrypt anything. World War II, they really got better at it.
Please, or we'll have to take action. Oh yeah, you and what pigeons? Allies turned to the tried but true method of using homing pigeons to help deliver sensitive
Yeah.
material. The plan was to parachute the pigeons into France, with instructions for the locals on how to use them to deliver intel across the English Channel. And if you're wondering how exactly one goes about parachuting pigeons into a war zone, when you stupid, the answer is lingerie. Or more specifically, the
They have-
lingerie company Maidenform. That's right, the Allies hired a lingerie company to spice up their production,
Hey,
shifting
I
from
thought,
making
I
corsets.
thought Blue Jay was like, all right, now for our sponsor, lingerie. For all us history nerds.
and bras to pigeon parachutes and vests. Unfortunately, this tactic led to many deaths, as pigeons that landed unseen by locals would be trapped in a straitjacket of sexy pigeon lingerie. So another method was devised, where this time, pigeons would
Aw.
be strapped to the chest of a paratrooper
Makes
and were
sense.
kept alive by the power of friendship. When the supply of pigeon
Aw.
corsets ran out, paratroopers would just stuff the little guys in their socks, cutting a hole for them to peek
That's
their
not
heads
as
out
cool.
of. Cut a few more for the wings and boom, you got yourself some flying shoes. Compared to the rest of these stories,
not as
this
fun.
strategy was by far the most effective, with an estimated 95% message delivery rate due to homing
Wow.
pigeons' uncanny knack for finding their way home.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Not so much Blue Jays, though. But you can prove them wrong any day now, Dad. So,
Aw.
in conclusion, while military masterminds have devised some of history's most effective strategies, such as the Greek Trojan horse or the Soviet defense of Stalingrad, you should hide your pet from the next ROTC kid to come across, because it's only a matter of time before Frederick II straps a bra on your Siberian Husky and ships him off to Afghanistan. 7 out of 10 stars.
Awesome. All right, final thoughts before we head out. All right, that was some great stuff that I definitely want to bring into my World War I lessons, which are coming up in my classes. Just because fun stories like that, students always like. Especially the World War I stuff of the plans about what to do about German U-boats. Those are fantastic. Thanks, Blue Jay. You're impacting my classroom that way. All right, but yeah, those were great. And it's just the history of war is about who can figure out the next new thing. I mean, it's always been like that, right? Because you always have to be doing something new, because if you have something that works, somebody is going to copy that, and then it's about getting past that. And yeah, it's just like the history of military for sure. All right, I've noticed that there is a sequel or like a part 2 of this that I did later. If that's something you want me to check out, please post down below. Post a comment saying I should hit up part 2. And with that, again, the original video link is down below. So make sure you're supporting Blue Jay. Give this video a view and like on their end, and make sure that they know that we love what's going on. All right, with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.